Hi guys, my name is Tatiana, Life and Glow Wellness. I'm a Western astrologer, psychotherapist, and life coach. And in this video, I want to show you how you can build an eclipse chart in astro.com software. It's also called astrodienst. It's very easy if you already know how to build any chart there. But for those who are new, you can go ahead and watch first my video about creating a profile there, and also you can create profile as a guest, and then you can build a chart. Let's say you already have a profile as me, and what you can do at first is that you go to your account. So once you are in your user profile, you click add new astro data, as you can see on the screen, and then it offers you a window. You put the name for whatever chart you create. It could be a person, or in this case it's an event, it's an eclipse, and then you put the date, time, place, and voila, you have the chart. So we'll get there, but first I need to find out when eclipse happens, and usually I go to Cafe Astrology. I basically just Google for example, eclipses 2022 astrology, and then often Cafe Astrology comes in the first links. You can also use AstroSeek website, it's quite reliable. I would usually double check the times. For example, here they say like partial solar eclipse will be on April 30th and at 4:28, and usually they take Eastern time, so that's New York time. I know that Vancouver is 3 hours later, so I would take 1:28 p.m. for my time, and you can recalculate for your place, or there is another way as well, and I'm going to show you soon how you can create it for literally any place you want. So at first I want to double check that the times are as listed on some other websites. Let's take a look out of curiosity. And here at AstroSeek they say 2042, Taurus 1035, that's a degree and minute. Now in terms of time though, it can be a little bit tricky. For example, on this website it says Taurus 10 degrees 28 minutes and time 4:28. Okay, so here they say 2042, and that's UT GTM zone. So there might be a few differences, you know, in terms of minutes. In some cases it's important, in some cases it's totally okay to just ignore it. I'm gonna take the earlier time and the earlier minutes, you know. If we go back to birth data entry, and then I will put, let's say I want to create for this specific eclipse, because actually I already created for the first one, and that's May 16th, 2022, 12:14. Okay, so this is actually a good example because I can show you how to recalculate. For example, I live in Vancouver, so I have to extract 3 hours, and that would make it 9:14, which is actually May 15th in the evening. So I have to correct here May 15th, and then I'm choosing. So this should be fine, and birth town Vancouver. I could just as well create the chart for New York and then also do a relocation chart for Vancouver. That can work as well. So all right, so I'm going to save it. Okay, so now I go back to free horoscopes and then extended chart selection. So I will open here the chart which I want, the lunar eclipse. I personally like to save certain default settings. Again, watch my other video for learning how to do it. And then you click on the chart, so double check the house system. I need Placidus, and it's for the birthplace, in this case for Vancouver, because I did choose that one. And voila, you have the chart. So as you can see, this is quite an interesting chart, and moon for Vancouver is in the 12th house, which is not the best, easiest position, I have to say. And with the south node, because it's a total eclipse and usually it's close to nodes, lunar eclipses is in a position between moon and sun, and also there is a square to Saturn, you know, different trines and sextiles. Anyways, this is not the point of this video. Now we are back to the extended chart selection, and I want to show you how you can create a relocated chart for either an eclipse chart to find out how the chart looks in terms of houses in any other place, or for a person. Those who are not familiar with relocated charts, basically it's a chart for the same birth time, whether it's a person's birth time or an event's birth time, a mundane chart. Only we take a specific place, and in this case it's called a reference place, and I have to modify it. I'll just show you step by step so that you'll understand. This chart will be kind of similar to the original chart, but the house cusps will be different. So planets might end up in different houses than in the original chart. So let's go to modify birthplace. If I click continue, it will bring me back to where I was. So I want to uncheck this and click continue. And then I have an option to choose from the whole world any other place. Well, let's choose, for example, let's choose Paris. Now, when you're choosing a city, double check that it's the state and country you want. For example, as you see, first it lists usually US places and Paris. You see how many Parises you have, so that's crazy, right? And just choose the one which you need. I need France for this specific example. All right, so now if we look at the reference place, it will show me that it's Paris. That's what I need. Now, the second step, again, you double check that this is the data which you want. In this case, I want to see where the lunar eclipse will be. And then I will go to chart type, and I will choose, scrolling down there, relocation chart here. Okay, double check that it's here. I chose by chance persona chart. It's a different story. You can choose the house system here, whichever you want. I will keep it Placidus. Also, I use tropical, zodiac, and geocentric. Again, depending what you need, you might choose something different. Choose whatever settings you need, or just follow the ones which I have here. And then you click here to show the chart. All right, so we have the chart, as you see, for Paris instead of Vancouver. I mean, this kind of looks weird here because it says lunar eclipse Vancouver, but relocated to Paris. Just ignore this, it's just a convenient way to put. Of course, you can recalculate the time with the time difference and then create a separate chart, but I don't want to have too many charts in my, user data. So I prefer to do it this way just because it's easier for me personally. You guys do whatever you want. So if we compare those two charts, if you can see here, lunar eclipse in Vancouver, moon is in the 12th house, kind of close to the cusp as well. Ascendant is in Sagittarius, ruler of the ascendant, Jupiter is in the 4th house, okay? And Sun we have in the 6th house. And if we go to Paris, eclipse falls into, oh, that's very interesting. Look at that. It's so close to the cusp of the 7th house, but it's not yet there. Now, essentially, the difference between these two charts is that the positions of the planets would be the same if you take a similar time, corresponding time, in different zones. And positions of the nodes would also be the same. All elements will be at the same degrees, same minutes, but how they are located in these, segments, which we call houses, this is different. If we compare Vancouver to Paris, we can see that Paris might be much more visible through some kind of, events, maybe even news, and versus Vancouver, which is quite subdued here in the, lower place of the chart here, like in the, which we call the northern part of the chart, which signifies the night in a way. It's kind of hidden. So that's, guys, how you build charts for any place. Of course, we can go deeper into describing the chart in general and how it can affect a particular city, but this is not the video purpose for this case. I just want you to learn how to calculate a chart for any place. Sometimes some places in astro.com are not on the map, so they are not in the list, and you can just contact them if you don't find any specific place and ask to add that place. Or you can take any bigger place which is close and has the same time, so the chart could be similar. So that's how you calculate any chart for a lunar eclipse or a specific event which you want to check. If you want to learn more about eclipses, you can watch my other videos which I made on this channel. One of them is a video about how to predict life with eclipses. In that video, I show how you can locate eclipses in your chart, and also show an example with 4 different charts of candidates into president in USA and their wives. I go quite in depth there in analyzing the influence of eclipses on the natal charts, and that helped me to predict results of the elections. And there's also another video which you can watch about eclipses 2020, where I also tell about Saturn-Pluto conjunction, and I show you there as well how to locate big transits in your chart. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and of course share it with someone who can benefit from it. And I'll talk to you soon in another video.